plant. So these plants also do excellent with leaf cutting. So for example, you take a leaf which is healthy enough, you cut it. So I had a lot of cuttings. Right now I'm not like having multiple one, but see, whenever you cut a like snake plant's leaf, always cut in V shape. So what happens, like when the cutting has this V shape, and it's, you always dip the plant in, like the leaf in the direction it was growing. So if you have the tip of the leaf, always dip the tip in, like dip the bottom part on in the water and always dip in the air. So I have cut the this leaf from its head, and this part of the leaf, it was dipped in the water. So what happens in this V shape, it gets the space to grow its root, and in water it will start growing root. So I don't have that cutting, but this one has already started growing root in water. So a lot of leaves grow in water. So I right now have, for example, this snake plant. So a lot of peperomias, begonias, and a lot of other plants have like very good success rate when you grow it from leaf cutting. So you can cut it from stem, you can cut it from root, you can cut it from like leaf and from root also. So in root cutting, it is also known as division method. So what does this division method looks like? So what happens, a lot of plant, when you start growing them, so for example, snake plant. So for this snake plant, you will see when you plant one plant, it will start growing new baby plants. So this is a baby plant, this is a baby plant, and this is a mother plant. Mother plant is the main plant from which, like the other plants grow. So what happens, you can, like always take the root ball out, and you can separate the root. You can just, like when the plant is, a big enough in size, like it should always be more than your hand size. If the plant size is more than your palm size, it's, like its root system has been already established enough to get separated. You can, like take the root out from the soil, and like just like ginger, like you just have to tear the root, and you can plant this baby plant in the next plant, in the next pot, and this plant will again become a mother plant, and this plant will start growing again into, like new baby plants and a cluster of plants. So while this separation, like the mother plant will not have any side effect, the baby plant will not have any side effect, and it actually helps the growth of the plant. Because what happens, a lot of time, like these plants are always, growing in the same place, and they get cluttered. So when there are a lot of plants in a small space, they are actually fighting for all the resources they need to grow. So they are fighting for the water, for the nutrition, and everything from the pot. So if you separate it, they would have to fight less, and the growth will be more. So like in this plant, I have two baby plants and a mother plant. So I'll wait for one or two more extra, baby plants, and then I'll separate it. So because I live in an apartment, and right now I don't, have that much growth here, but in my, like parents' home, I always get so much of, cluster of snake plants. Like all my neighbors, all the street down the, like my colony, everyone has snake plants, because I keep, like separating them from the roots and give them. And now everyone has the snake plants, because they grow, if you grow, like in a good amount of soil, with good soil, good light and all, they keep, propagating, and you can always separate them from root. You can always have, propagation from leaf, but separation works faster. So a lot of plants, you can separate them from root when they grow in cluster. So you can separate them from stem, you can, like separate them from root, you can grow them from leaves.